Right. Hi everybody. This is Helen, your Stampin' Up demonstrator from Bell Block in New Zealand. Right, I'm just hoping this is working. I'm just going to check if that's coming up onto my Facebook page. All right, seems to be working at this stage. So, I had different technical difficulties last week doing my live, so hopefully everything's going to go a little bit more smoothly today. Right, so I haven't cut anything yet. I thought I can cut it as we go and plan it as we go today. If you're joining me today, do you want to just say hello and let me know where you're from? It's always nice to know where people come from. So I'm going to use this beautiful paper again. So it is the Traditions of Christmas. It's been a paper that I really love using. Very traditional, and the colours that are being used. There's a little bit of pink in here, a little bit of blue as well, but the poinsettias are gorgeous. So I thought I'd use that today. And I've brought in some cherry cobbler. So I think I'm going to use cherry cobbler today and just some white cardstock. So I need to cut some of that. So what I will do is grab a sheet of grid paper, because otherwise you're going to see the ring light shining on the glass plate. Sorry. Okay, that might be better. Right, so what we're going to do first of all is I'm going to cut my base. So I'll bring my trimmer in. So I'm going to have cherry cobbler. I think this might work colour wise, and I'm going to cut this at 14.8 by 10.5 centimetres. So I'll cut that first. Then I'm going to cut a piece. Let me think. I think just working out what DSP I'm going to use. So I think I'll use this one. So do I want that directly onto the, I might put that on a white border, I think. Okay, so I'm going to cut this piece at 14.3 centimetres by 10 centimetres. Then I'm going to have a piece of designer series paper, and this is going to be 9.5 centimetres by 13.8 centimetres. Okay, that's going to look good. And then, so those are my three pieces I've just cut. I'm going to cut this at 7.5 centimetres. Why not? Yep, I think that will be fine. And I'm just going to score that at 10.5 centimetres. So that's just saves me folding that piece in half. So that's that one. Now I also need, out of my white here, I'm going to cut a piece that is 7 centimetres and that has to be 7 by 10. Okay, and then I think I might cut a piece of this at 6.5 centimetres by 9.5 centimetres. Okay, so that's just another piece of DSP. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to have a look in my packets. So I think I mentioned the other day I went through and cut some of these pieces into like cut them into sections. And there was another pack, but anyway, can't find that, so I'll just use this one here. I was hoping to use a different one, but I don't know what I'd do with it when I was in a hurry today, trying to get ready for class. So the DSP that I'm using is, I'll just find it and then I can show you what it looks. Oh, I guess I have got a sheet left of it. There's this sheet here. Okay, so what I've done is I've just roughly cut around each of the floral images and just put them into bags. So then they're there and they're ready for when I want to do a class. And I've ended up doing that with, these are little half ones and these are full ones with different colour combinations. So I'm going to have one of these. I'll grab one of those. Now, what I'll do is I'll bring my little machine in. Oh, Leslie's there. Hi, Leslie and Maureen. Hi, Maureen. I was talking to Maureen this morning. So that was great. Now, I'll open this up. And I love my little machine for cutting things like this. It just makes life so much easier. It fits on my table. Doesn't take up a lot of room. It's just easy to bring out for something like this. Right, so I do have the die from the Christmas Greenery suite that I can use to cut that floral image out. Haven't got any washi tape, but looks like I've got that down okay. Right, get that through. And the other thing I need to do is to create my greeting, my label. Just take those little bits off there like that, and that's my little bouquet of flowers. Isn't that pretty? Right, so put my die away so I don't lose it. And I've brought in the words happy birthday wishes because we've been doing lots of Christmas cards, but sometimes it's quite nice to do cards that are not Christmas. Okay, we get a bit over it towards the, well, I do towards the end of the year because it's been pretty full on. Now let me think what colours I'm going to do that in. I might do that in garden green. I think it's difficult sometimes when you are trying to create a card and you're not sure how it's going to look or what colours you need to use and you're just guessing. So I think we're going to do that in the green, so garden green. I'll just punch that out, and then I must have some leftover cherry cobbler. So these are old punches, these ones, but I love them because they're quick and easy, and I didn't have time to really sort out dies and things for today, so I thought I'd just use these. So I think that may work. If I need to change it, I can change it. Right, so these are all the pieces that I'm going to need for my card today. So first of all, we're going to take our base. Now remember, this was 10.5 by 14.8, and I'm going to grab my seal. So we've got that one, we've got this which is 10 by 14.3, so this is going to layer on top of there, and then this is 9.5 by 13.8, and that is going to layer on top of there like that. So we'll put this one on first. I quite like to do the DSP piece first and then work my way to the bottom rather than work my way to the top when I'm doing this. So I'll just do that. I decided to add a little bit of white because I just think it pops this rather than that directly onto the cherry cobbler. And put this one onto there. Oops, I'm a bit, move my camera a little bit, I think. Is that better? Sorry, I didn't realise. I think that's better. I had trouble with the little stand with my ring light. It was knocked over the back and Oh, it's just been a bit crazy, but that's all right. Right, this piece here we're going to fold in half. Then we're going to fold it back again. I forgot about that. So I'm going to need to cut one more piece of cardstock. And I can probably cut it out of here. So let me just grab a trimmer, because I really want that colour in the background. So this piece here we're going to cut at 10.5 by 7.5 centimetres. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yep, perfect. Right. So then this one here, we've got this piece to go onto there. So I'm going to put that on first. And after I just told you before that I normally put my DSP on first, I'm not going to do it with this because I just need to have a look and see how I want it to look. So if I was putting this here, do I want the DSP that colour? Let me see. That's going to get lost. I think I might do it that side. Yep. So sometimes you've got to lay things together, especially when you're using different designer series paper, and see what's going to look the best. And it's horrible to cover up this beautiful side here, but the other side of this paper is going to work better. The flowers are going to get a little bit lost because this paper is quite busy. I could use that side if I was just putting a nice greeting on here, but I really wanted to use this beautiful floral image. Okay, so now with this piece here, oh, and I need to cut one more piece of white. So let me just grab my trimmer again. And we need another piece of white that is going to measure 7 centimetres by 10 centimetres. So sometimes I do have some of my pieces of cardstock cut beforehand. I wasn't that organised today. Okay, so now this piece here that we've folded back again, we're going to attach that to that piece of card there. So I'll grab my Stampin' Seal, like so. And you can eyeball it. It's sometimes hard when you've got a patterned paper and you're always trying to work out how to get it straight. So what I've found with the grid paper is really good. So if you work out, and hopefully you can see this, I'll move the grid paper up here. So this is just 14.8. So if you work on, say, 15 centimetres, this piece here is 7.5. So it's 7.5 centimetres. So half of that is 3.75. So if you sit this here and just go about 3.75 there and there, that should be centered. Okay, so just work it out. So as I said, you work out it's 14.8. So if you work out 15 centimeters, this piece here is 7.5. So that means you've got 7.5 left, and half of 7.5 is 3.75. Okay, so just sit it on your grid paper, measure in 3.75, and then place that piece on. Okay, that's how you can get your center. Now I'm going to put the white inside because that's going to be the piece for me to write on. So I'll just put that on there. Okay, this is my label, and I think that's going to be fine. Right, so we're going to put this piece onto here now. So we're just attaching this onto this piece here. So I haven't got my tear and tape, so I'm just going to use my Stampin' Seal. I had my Seal Plus out today, but it's on the table because I've been creating all my projects for the mini retreat on the weekend. So that's going to be a fun time of crafting for the ladies that are attending that, which is great. So this is my little center easel. Okay, so I think that will work. Yep, it will be fine. It will work. So I'm just going to put this one down flat onto here, like so. And dimensionals, oh, they're on the table as well. I'll use some of these black pieces. So I've been using black dimensionals quite a lot lately because I've been doing a lot of cards using like the Lights of Aurora papers and things like that. So when things have black on, it's quite nice to use your black dimensionals. But I would normally just use white today, but they're over on the other table, so black will do. There we go. So that's my easel, and then I'm going to pop this up on there like so. So just use up all these bits because it's quite... And a little hint, when you're cutting your dimensionals up, cut them while they are still on the backing paper. It makes life so much easier. Okay, if you pick them off and then try to cut them, it just makes it harder, and you end up with a lot of the glue on your scissors that way, where this way is a lot better. Right, so I'm just going to take those off. So, and when you're taking them off, push down in the middle and then push forward, and that will take your backing off really easily. Okay, right, so that can go onto there like that. There you go. Now, oops, now I'm out of picture at the top because I moved all my paper. Okay, and I might just use, because it's always nice to have a little bit of bling, we've got these beautiful gems. So these are called Traditional Sparkling Sequins, and I've been using lots and lots of those at the moment. So I might use this beautiful, no, that gets a bit lost. Maybe we'll go for a beautiful red one. Oh, look at that. That is rather cute. Love that. Okay, so that can go in the center, and then card is not complete, and Maureen's watching, and I know Maureen loves using your Wink of Stella. So if you use your Wink of Stella on these beautiful red flowers here, it really pops them, and it's something that you may not even notice on my Facebook Live because it's hard to tell from the camera, but it gives that beautiful shimmer to those flowers. Right. Don't know if you can see that or not. Hopefully you can, and hopefully you can see the beautiful sparkle of that gorgeous gem there. Right, so that is my center easel card for today, using this beautiful Traditions of Christmas DSP. So it's a DSP that I'm loving using. It's going to be a bit sad seeing it go at the end of the mini catalogue, but it looks gorgeous. So it's going to fit into your normal size envelope, nice and flat, and then you just pop it up like that. A nice place in there to write. In hindsight, maybe I would have stamped it in the olive. I didn't realise olive there, but anyway, that's perfectly fine. So that's my card for today. I hope you have enjoyed watching that. Now, I've got my class in the weekend, and I'm not going to show you the projects because it's all a big surprise, but I'll show you these beautiful papers that I'm using for my class. And next week, hopefully, or I'll just put some pictures up of the cards that we make. So for this pack of paper, it is called, I don't even know what it's called. It's something in tags, I think. Oh, I'll have to have a look. It's in the start of the catalogue. So beautiful papers. You get 8 sheets of each. You get these with the beautiful baubles, and that's got that pattern on the back. Got this with this little half a wreath, and this pattern, and then this gorgeous pattern at the back. You get sheets of these, which are really great. So I've used those on lots of different cards in lots of different ways. Really happy with the way they've turned out. So you get 8 sheets of those, and then you get 2 sheets of these little pop outs and 2 sheets of those. So it's something that's in the front of the Christmas catalogue, and I'm not even sure where that is at the minute, but really great pack of paper. Okay, so sometimes we look past a lot of these things, and it's not till later that you see them and think, oh, I wish I'd known that before. So they're really great, and it's got the check on the back. So there you go. That's what I'm using this weekend. Looking forward to catching up with the ladies on Saturday for that. Okay, so that's me for today. That's our card. If you do make a centre step card like that, please share it with us. Love to see what you make, as everyone else does as well. They like to see what other people make, different papers they use, and different colour combinations. So that's my card for today. Hope you've enjoyed watching that. Thanks, Maureen. You're always very supportive and encouraging. So yes, I might put this out for container cards this week, because I think that was quite a cute little way of using some of those papers. Okay, enjoy the rest of the day, everyone. It's a bit drizzly here, which is perfect because we put fertilizer on yesterday, and my garden definitely needs it. Strawberries have been doing really well. And I'm getting back into it now. I'm back from Las Vegas, so I'm looking forward to continuing to catch up with the ladies before Christmas. Okay, I'm sure we will enjoy our day on Saturday, Maureen. A shame you're not joining us. It's going to be lots of fun. I've created, I think, 20 projects, so yeah, really looking forward to sharing those with the ladies that are coming along. Okay, everybody, have a great day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.